Stop. Before you spend another Lincoln penny, watch this first. One rare Lincoln cent has sold for hundreds of thousands, even over $1 million under the right circumstances. The incredible part could be hiding in a coin jar, piggy bank, or even your pocket change. Stay with me, because I'll show you exactly which rare Lincoln pennies every collector is searching for. Look at your pocket change. Really look at it. That copper disc sitting in your jar, tucked under your car seat, or hiding in that old coffee can in your closet could be the difference between pocket change and a life-changing payday. We're talking about the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that numismatists call a ghost in the market, and one that, in the right condition, has the potential to reach a staggering $500,000 at auction. But here's the million-dollar question, or in this case, the $500,000 question. Are you a spender, or are you a collector? Every single day, millions of Americans unknowingly spend rare coins. They use them for vending machines, toss them into tip jars, or let them roll away into the abyss under the sofa. The fear of missing out isn't just a feeling. It's a financial reality. While the average person sees a penny and thinks worthless, the informed collector sees a potential treasure. The difference between you and them? Knowledge. And today, we are going to arm you with the exact knowledge you need to spot one of the most elusive and valuable modern-era coins in American history. So, before you spend another cent, stop, look down, and listen. Now, let's confront the reality of the 1978 Lincoln cent. In 1978, the United States Mint was operating at full capacity. The Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not place a P mint mark on its coinage, produced a staggering 5,558,605,000 pennies. That's over 5.5 billion coins. To put that into perspective, if you stacked all those pennies, they would reach the moon and back. Twice. The Denver Mint contributed another 4,280,233,000 with a D mint mark, making the total mintage for the year over 9.8 billion pieces. With numbers like these, the 1978 penny is about as common as air. But here is where the ghost story begins. Because the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark, the no-mint mark penny is often overlooked. It's the ultimate camouflage. Experts will tell you that a circulated 1978 penny without a mint mark is worth exactly 1 cent, maybe 2 cents for its copper melt value. In average condition, you might get 5 cents for it. So why are we talking about $500,000? Because the devil, as they say, is in the details. And in the world of numismatics, the details are called errors. The 1978 penny is famous for a specific set of minting mistakes that turn common copper into solid gold, or rather, solid profit. We are talking about the struck on a dime planchet error. Imagine a blank meant for a dime, which is smaller and lighter, accidentally getting fed into the penny press. The result is a penny that looks wrong. It's undersized, it weighs only about 2.3 grams instead of the standard 3.11 grams, and it carries the design of a penny on a body meant for a dime. This error is highly sought after, and depending on the grade, these can fetch anywhere from $200 to over $550. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. We also have the off-center strikes. This happens when the die strikes the planchet misaligned, leaving a blank, crescent-shaped area on the coin. While common in minor forms, a dramatic off-center strike that still shows the full date can be worth between $25 and $195. Then there are the double strikes, where the coin is hit by the die more than once, creating a ghostly, overlapping image. These are the physical manifestations of the mint's mechanical failures, and collectors pay a premium for these mistakes. And this is where we need to reset your attention. Are you still thinking about that jar of coins in your closet? You should be, because while these errors are valuable, they pale in comparison to the true holy grail, the perfect coin. The 1978 no-mint mark penny in mint state 67 red condition. The red designation is crucial here. Copper coins naturally tarnish and turn brown over time. A red coin has retained its original, vibrant copper luster from the day it was minted, never having seen the light of day or the touch of human hands. Here is the cold, hard math. While over 5.5 billion were minted, the number of professionally graded and certified 1978 pennies is shockingly small. According to combined PCGS and NGC population reports, there are only 1,089 certified coins in existence. Of those, a mere 87 are graded MS67 red. And the highest grade ever recorded? A single coin graded MS68 red. This coin is so rare that it has never even appeared on the open market. It is a ghost. If you find a 1978 penny that looks like it was minted yesterday, that still has that bright electric orange-red luster, you are not looking at a coin. You are looking at a unicorn. And this brings us to the resolution, the moment where knowledge meets market value. In 2014, at a heritage auction sale, a 1978 penny graded MS67 Plus red sold for an astonishing $4,259. Another similar coin sold for $3,819 the year before. Now, remember, the only MS68 red in existence has never been sold. But if an MS67 Plus is hitting over $4,000, what happens when the MS68 finally comes to auction? The numismatic community is buzzing. Estimates suggest that a coin of this caliber, with a perfect strike, perfect luster, and zero imperfections, could shatter records. And that is where the $500,000 figure comes into play. It's not just hype. It's the logical conclusion of supply and demand. Think about the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die. These coins were once overlooked and are now worth fortunes. The 1978 MS68 red is the next frontier. The market is hot. The rarity is absolute. And the urgency is now. Every day that passes, more of these coins are lost, melted down, or damaged. The population of high-grade specimens is only going down. So here is the final call to action. Do not spend another penny without looking at it first. Get a magnifying glass. Check the date. Check the luster. Look for the missing mint mark. Look for the errors. You are not just looking for money. You are looking for freedom. The ability to turn a single cent into a down payment on a house, a new car, or a retirement fund. That is the power of numismatics. This is the hidden wealth in your pocket change, waiting to be discovered. But don't stop with the 1978 penny. The world of coin collecting is full of these hidden treasures. Coins that look like nothing but are worth everything. It is estimated that over 300 billion pennies have been struck by the United States Mint since 1793. That is 300 billion chances for something to go wrong. And in the world of numismatics, when something goes wrong at the mint, it can mean a life-changing payday for the person who happens to be holding it. Today, we are not talking about the 1909 SVDB. We are not talking about the 1943 copper penny. We are talking about a coin that could be sitting in your spare change jar right now. A coin that over 3 billion of were made, making it one of the most common pennies in American history. And yet, under the right conditions, under the right circumstances, a single example of this coin could be worth more than some people's homes. We are talking about the 1973 Lincoln Memorial Cent. The one with no mint mark. Stop what you are doing right now. Go to your car. Check the cup holder. Check the change jar on your dresser. Check the pocket of that old jacket you haven't worn since last winter. Because the coin we are about to describe has been hiding in plain sight for over 50 years. And if you have one, you might be holding $612,000 in the palm of your hand. Here is the reality that separates the wealthy from everyone else. The wealthy understand that value is not always obvious. The wealthy understand that the things other people overlook are often the things that hold the greatest potential. Every single day, millions of Americans spend these coins without a second thought. They use them at vending machines, they drop them in parking meters, they hand them to cashiers for pocket change. And in doing so, they are unknowingly handing away what could be a fortune. The spender sees 1 cent. The collector sees an opportunity. The spender sees copper and zinc. The collector sees a piece of history that could fund a retirement, pay off a mortgage, or send a child to college. Which one are you? Let us confront the reality of the 1973 Lincoln Cent head-on. In 1973, the United States Mint was operating at full capacity. The Philadelphia Mint, which at that time did not use a P-Mint mark on its coinage, produced an astonishing 3,728,245,000 pennies. That is not a typo. Over 3.7 billion coins, all without a mint mark, all released into circulation. The Denver Mint contributed another 3.5 billion, marked with AD. And San Francisco added over 300 million more. Combined, over 7 billion Lincoln cents were struck in 1973 alone. So why on earth would a coin produced in such staggering quantities be worth anything at all? This is where most people make their mistake. They assume that because something is common, it cannot be valuable. They assume that because billions were made, there is no way their particular coin could be special. And that assumption is precisely why the wealthy stay wealthy and everyone else stays exactly where they are. Here is what the experts know that you do not. The value of a 1973 penny does not come from its scarcity in the traditional sense. It comes from condition and it comes from errors. And when you combine exceptional condition with a genuine mint error, you create a convergence of factors that drives prices into the stratosphere. Let us start with condition. The 1973 Lincoln cent is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This is important because copper is a soft metal. It scratches easily, tarnishes, it wears down over time. Most of the 1973 pennies you find in circulation today are brown. They have oxidized. They have been handled by thousands of people. They have been dropped, scraped, and worn smooth. These are worth exactly 1 cent, or perhaps 2 cents for their copper content. But a coin that has never been circulated, a coin that retains 95% or more of its original red copper luster, a coin that the grading services would classify as red, that is an entirely different animal. A 1973 penny graded MS67 red by the Professional Coin Grading Service sold for $3,850 in 2020. That is nearly $4,000 for a single penny. Not because it is rare in the sense that few were made, but because finding one in that condition is extremely difficult. The high-speed minting equipment used in 1973 often left bag marks and tiny nicks on the coins as they were dumped into bins. To find one that survived 50 years without those imperfections is like finding a needle in a haystack the size of a football field. Only 56 examples are known to exist at this grade. And now we enter the territory where the numbers become truly staggering. We enter the world of mint errors. Genuine mint errors occur during the minting process itself. They are not post-mint damage. They are not coins that have been altered after leaving the facility. They are mistakes made by the machinery, by the dies, by the planchets, and they are the holy grail of coin collecting. Imagine a scenario where a dime planchet, a blank intended for a 10-cent piece, accidentally finds its way into the penny press. The coin that emerges is a penny design struck on a smaller, silver-colored planchet. It weighs approximately 2.27 grams instead of the standard 3.11 grams. These off-metal errors are highly collectible. A 1973 South Lincoln Center struck on a dime planchet sold for $3,360. But that is just the beginning. Consider the off-center strike. A coin that was not properly aligned when the dies came down, resulting in a design that is shifted to one side. A 1973 Lincoln cent struck 20% off-center with a curved clip sold for $408. A triple struck example where the coin was hit by the dies not once, not twice, but 3 times, with the second strike being 80% off-center and the third being 95% off-center. These are the kinds of errors that make collectors salivate. And then there is the double die. This occurs when the hub that impresses the design into the die shifts slightly between impressions, creating a ghost-like doubling effect on the finished coin. While the 1973 penny is not typically associated with the dramatic double die errors seen on the 1955 or 1972 issues, any genuine double die example commands a premium. Now, you may be wondering, where does the $612,000 figure come from? This is where we must separate fact from fiction, hype from reality. The numismatic market has seen extraordinary prices for certain pennies. The 1943 bronze penny, a coin that should never have existed, has sold for over $1 million. The 1955 double die penny routinely sells for tens of thousands of dollars. The 1969 double die has pulled high 5-figure and even low 6-figure prices when it appears at auction. The 1982 D bronze small date Lincoln cent, a transitional error born from the change in composition, sold for $18,800 in 2017. The $612,000 figure that has been circulating in certain corners of the internet likely represents a confluence of factors. Could be a coin with multiple errors combined. It could be a specimen in perfect condition with a dramatic, one-of-a-kind mint error. It could be a coin that has been certified by PCGS or NGC with a population of 1, meaning no other example exists in that grade with that specific error. When you have a coin that is unique, that is in pristine condition, and that has a compelling story, the sky is truly the limit. But let me be absolutely clear about something. The vast majority of 1973 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent. The vast majority of 1973 pennies with no mint mark are exactly what they are supposed to be, coins struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark because that is how they were made. A missing mint mark is not an error on a 1973 penny. It is the standard. It is normal. It is expected. Do not confuse the absence of a mint mark with the presence of an error. They are two entirely different things. What you are looking for is something else entirely. You are looking for a coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition for over half a century. You are looking for a coin that exhibits a genuine minting error, a double die, an off-center strike, a wrong planchet, a clipped planchet, a cud, a die break, a lamination error. You are looking for the anomalies. You are looking for the exceptions. You are looking for the ghosts. Here is the moment of truth. The numismatic market is hotter than it has been in decades. Heritage Auctions, one of the premier auction houses for rare coins, recently achieved over $619,000 in a single showcase auction. Collectors are hungry. Investors are hungry. The demand for rare coins, particularly rare pennies, has never been higher. And the 1973 penny, with its billions of examples and its potential for hidden gems, represents one of the last great opportunities for the everyday person to find wealth in their pocket change. This is the part where you have a choice to make. You can continue scrolling, continue watching videos about other people's discoveries, continue wondering what it would be like to find a 6-figure coin, or you can take action. You can go through your change. You can examine every 1973 penny you find. You can learn what to look for. You can educate yourself on the specific errors that command premium prices. You can become one of the people who finds the treasure instead of just hearing about it. The difference between those who find and those who do not is not luck. It is awareness. It is knowledge. It is the willingness to look closer when everyone else is looking past. The 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is a paradox. It is one of the most common coins ever produced, and yet, in the right condition, it can be one of the most valuable. It is a coin that billions of people have handled without a second thought, and yet, it holds the potential to change someone's life. It is a reminder that value is not always where we expect to find it. It is a reminder that the things we overlook are often the things that matter most. And if you think the 1973 penny is something, wait until you hear about the next coin we are going to cover. A coin so rare, so elusive, that fewer than a handful are known to exist. A coin that makes the 1973 penny look like pocket change in comparison. But that is a story for another time. For now, your mission is clear. Check your change. Examine your pennies. Look for the signs. Look for the errors. Look for the condition that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Because somewhere out there, sitting in a jar, forgotten in a drawer, lost in a couch cushion, there is a coin that could change everything. Stop what you are doing right now. Look at the loose change in your pocket, the jar on your dresser, or the cup holder in your car. Yes, that handful of copper and zinc you have been ignoring for years. Go ahead, take a second. Now, look closely at the date. If you see 1979 and a tiny D just below it, put the phone down. Do not spend that penny. Because what you might be holding is not 1 cent. It is a ghost. A numismatic wraith that has quietly slipped through the hands of millions of Americans, completely unrecognized. Today, we are going to talk about the 1979 D Lincoln cent, the specific error that makes it worth up to an astonishing $519,000, and why your pocket change might just be the key to unlocking a life-changing fortune. We have all been there. You are at the checkout counter, you dig into your pocket for a few cents to make exact change, and you drop a penny into the tray without a second thought. It is a ritual of modern life. You see a penny, you think worthless. You see a penny, and you think annoying. You see a penny, and you are practically looking for the nearest, take a penny, leave a penny tray to get rid of it. But here is the hard truth that separates the wealthy from the wasteful. You are a spender. They are a collector. While you are giving away your future wealth for a piece of gum, there are people out there, people who look just like you, who are sifting through that same pocket change and pulling out coins worth more than a brand new luxury car. This is not a game for eccentric old men with magnifying glasses anymore. This is the new gold rush, and the gold is hiding in plain sight. The fear of missing out is real because while you are spending your 1979 D penny, someone else is selling theirs to pay off their mortgage. Stop being the person who spends the treasure. Start being the person who finds it. To understand why this specific coin, the 1979 D Lincoln cent, is so incredibly valuable, we have to go back to the Denver Mint in 1979. This was a year of massive production. The United States Mint was operating at full capacity. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 6 billion pennies that year. The Denver Mint, where your coin was struck, produced a staggering 4,139,357,254 pennies. More than 4 billion. To put that in perspective, that is more than half the people on Earth could own one. With numbers like that, a standard 1979 D penny is worth exactly what it says on the tin, 1 cent. But within this ocean of copper, there exists a microcosm of extreme rarity. It is the ghost in the market. It is the needle in a haystack of 4 billion. Why is it a ghost? Because the error that makes it valuable is so subtle, so minuscule, that almost everyone who has ever held one missed it. They saw the date, they saw the D, and they moved on. But the collectors, the ones who know what to look for, they freeze. They see the 1979 D and they immediately look for the specific diagnostics that separate a penny from a payday. The specific error marks we are hunting for on the 1979 D are a combination of extreme condition and a specific mint-made anomaly. Let's get technical for a moment. The standard 1979 D penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This is crucial because pennies minted after 1982 switched to a primarily zinc composition with a thin copper plating. The copper gives it that heavy, substantial feel that collectors adore. However, the money is not in the metal. It is in the minting process. While the 1979 D is not known for a major double die error like the famous 1955 or 1972 versions, it has other quirks. There is the infamous broken punch on the D mint mark. Many 1979 D pennies feature a D that looks split or damaged, a result of a broken mint mark punch used on the dies. However, and pay close attention here, this broken punch is actually common and does not add significant value. In fact, most doubled-looking dates on a 1979 penny are actually worthless machine doubling, a flat, shelf-like doubling that carries zero numismatic premium. So, if the broken D isn't the big score, what is? The value lies in the grade. The 1979 D Lincoln cent is considered common up to MS-66 condition. But when you get to MS-67, they become scarce. Anything grading higher than that is very scarce to rare. We are talking about a coin that is practically flawless. A coin that has survived over 40 years without a single scratch, without losing its original mint luster, its vibrant red color. The difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth thousands of dollars is a microscopic variance in luster and the absence of bag marks. But even a perfect MS-67 red 1979 D will not get you to $500,000. To hit that astronomical figure of $519,000, we are talking about a coin that combines that pristine, near-perfect condition with a specific verified error that is unique to that specific strike. We are talking about the ultimate convergence of rarity. The perfect storm of a high-grade specimen with a dramatic mint error that should have never left the building. This is the coin that makes auction houses go silent. This is the coin that numismatists spend their entire lives searching for and never find. Here is where the excitement turns into urgency. The market for high-end error coins is absolutely on fire right now. Look at what is happening at the major auction houses. A multiple-strike 1979 D Lincoln cent die cap cluster, which contained 33 or 34 coins fused together, sold for nearly $11,000 back in 2012. That is just for a cluster of errors. Imagine what a single, pristine, unique error coin could do. Even a standard 1979 penny in perfect proof condition from the San Francisco Mint can fetch up to $3,800. Off-center strikes can bring in hundreds of dollars. The market is hungry for rarity. As inflation rises and the stock market wavers, tangible assets like rare coins are becoming a safe haven for wealth. People are realizing that a coin you can hold in your hand is a better investment than digital numbers on a screen. The heat is on, and the window of opportunity is closing. Every day, coins are being graded, encapsulated, and locked away in private collections, never to be seen again. The supply is finite. The demand is skyrocketing. That is why the value of this specific error is not just a number. It is a trend line pointing straight up. So what does this mean for you? It means that the $519,000 coin is out there. Could be in a roll of pennies you got from the bank yesterday. Could be in the change you just got from the coffee shop. Could be sitting in that old jar in your closet that you have been meaning to take to the Coinstar. You need to stop treating your pocket change like trash and start treating it like a treasure map. The emotional triggers are all there. The fear of losing out on a life-changing sum of money, the excitement of the hunt, and the urgency of the current market trends. It is time to act. Now let's do a quick attention reset. I want you to take a mental snapshot of your house. Where is your change? Is it in a jar? Is it in a drawer? Is it in your car? The next time you see a penny from 1979, do not dismiss it. Stop and look. If you don't know what to look for, look it up. There are countless resources available, from PCGS CoinFacts to online communities like Coin Community Forum, where experts can help you identify if you have a winner. Variety Vista is an excellent resource for identifying specific errors for your date and mint mark. But more importantly, if you think you have found something special, do not clean it. Do not rub it. Do not try to polish it. You will destroy the luster and crater the value. Leave it exactly as it is. Handle it by the edges. And get it authenticated. Professional grading by PCGS or NGC is the only way to unlock the true value of a coin. Let's bring this home. The 1979 D. Lincoln cent represents the duality of modern numismatics. It is a coin that was mass-produced for the masses, yet it holds the potential to create generational wealth for the few who are paying attention. It is the ultimate spender versus collector test. Will you be the one who spends a $519,000 coin on a soda? Or will you be the one who cashes in on the hidden wealth that has been sitting in your pocket for decades? The resolution is in your hands. The ghost is out there. It is waiting to be found. If you found this information valuable, if you feel that fire of curiosity burning inside you, then you need to stay tuned. Because this is just the tip of the iceberg. Next time, we are going to be looking at an even more elusive coin, one that has a history so strange and a value so high that it makes this penny look like small change. We are talking about a coin that has been called the holy grail of modern minting errors. You do not want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the notification bell, and get ready to hunt. Your fortune is waiting.